Hi students, welcome to Roots Academy. Myself, Inayatullah, lecturer of mathematics. I hope you people are enjoying our videos. For more videos, like, share and subscribe our channel so others can be benefited with these videos. Now, in today's video, let us discuss about sets. This word is not new to us. Every day we will use sets. One or the other way, everyone will use the word sets. So, what is a set? Set is anything which is collection and it should be well defined. If it is defined well and it has collection, then that is called as sets. So, the simple definition of set is collection of well defined objects. Collection of well defined objects is called set. So what are the examples of set? Examples, you can call it as pack of cards, cricket team, rivers, that is number of rivers in our state, number of students, etc., etc. There are many things. All these things are called as sets. Now, the set is represented by a capital alphabet. In mathematically, sets represented by a capital alphabets, that is A, B, C, etc., etc. So wherever we use capital alphabets, that is considered as a set. It is a set. And the elements of the set is represented by a small alphabets, that is A, B, C, D, etc., etc. So the elements of a set represented by small alphabet and the set is represented by capital alphabet. One more thing very important in set is whatever the elements will take, all those elements will write between two flower brackets. These are two flower brackets, or we can call this as braces. Flower brackets are also called as braces. This is a rule in set that whatever the elements we will write, those elements must be present between flower bracket. If any element comes outside the flower bracket, it is not the element of a set. So the set is denoted as, if A is a set, that is the capital alphabet, then if the elements are A, B, C. So this is the representation of set. This is the name of the set is A. Elements are A, B, C. If any element, if I write outside the bracket, then this is not in our set. So it is a rule in set that the elements must be between flower bracket. And there is one more rule in set that whatever the elements we will write in the set, all those elements are distinct elements. The elements are elements of set are distinct, means different elements. Same elements will not come in set. If at all, in any case, if we want to repeat the element, then that case we will write only once. Again and again we will not write the elements of the in set. So this is about set. Next, in set itself, if in general, if X is an element of a set, if X is an element of any set, for example, X is element of set A, then we will write this as X belongs to A. This is called as belongs to symbol. the name of this symbol is belongs to. That is, X belongs to A. This says that X is an element of set A. If this X is not an element of set A, then we will write this like this. X does not belongs to set A. If we just write one line like this, it called as does not belongs to. Does not belongs. So here, if element is present in set A, then it is belongs to. If it is does not present in set A, then it does not belongs to. So this is about the simple basic concepts of set. After the basic concepts of set, let us know about the representations of sets. How many ways we can represent a set? Now, representation of set. Representation of set. There are two ways of representation in sets. First one is tabular form or roster form. Tabular form or roster form. In this particular form, the set is denoted by capital alphabet as we discussed earlier, and the elements of the set are denoted by small alphabets, or even we can take numericals also. But whatever the elements we will write in set, those elements are separated by comma, and the elements must be present between two flower bracket. Each and every element present in two flower bracket. So that is, if A is a set and it has A, B, C, D are the elements. So think these elements present between two flower brackets, and every element is getting separated by comma. This is the representation of tabular form of set. Example. First example. Natural numbers less than 6. So in tabular form, I should write the natural numbers less than 6. Let me give a name of the set is A. So natural numbers less than 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, comma is very important. If I simply keep writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is a meaningless here. It is a meaningless because there is elements are not purely separated. But in this case, see, each and every element is separated by comma. So like this way, we will represent set in tabular form. The another one is second representation is set builder form. Second representation of set is set builder form. In this particular form, we will not write each and every element. We will write in general, that is, first we will write X and we will declare that X is element of the set. Then that X, after writing that X, we will put a slash, that is such that, or we will put these two dots, these two semicolons, and after this semicolons or this line, we will write the elements, each and every elements in terms of X, which satisfies the common property to all the elements. That is, it means in this we will not write elements of the set, but we will write the elements of the set in a coded language with a property which satisfies each and every element of the set. Example, here if I have set A, that is x such that x belongs to natural number particular, then x less than 4. See? I know the natural numbers less than 4 are 1, 2, 3, but instead of writing 1, 2, 3 between flower brackets, what I wrote? I wrote in a coded language or in a property which satisfies for each and every element. This is the set builder representation. Example, yeah. Okay, I'll take natural numbers less than 8. I should write natural number less than 8 in set builder form. So I'll take B is a set. Its name of the set is B. X declares that the elements of this set such that x belongs to natural number, x is less than 8. In this way, we will represent in set builder form. But in this case, see, as I have written natural numbers less than 6. Here I written each and every element which is less than 6 from the natural numbers. But in this case, I have not written the elements, but I have written in indirect form. So indirect form of writing elements is called as set builder representation. So this is about the representations of sets, which are very, very important. After the representation, let us know cardinal number of set or cardinality of sets. Next topic in set is cardinal number of set or cardinality of set. This says that the total number of elements present in our set. For example, if A is a finite set or any set, then if the elements of set A are 1, 2, 3, 4, then the cardinalities denoted to this set is n of A, small n bracket A, denotes cardinality of set A. Then what is the definition of cardinality of set? It is the total number of elements present in our set. So how many elements are there total here? 4 elements. That is n of A is equals to 4. Another example. If B is a set, it has elements A, B, C, D, E, F. So the cardinality of set B, is equals to how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 elements. Then the cardinality of set B is 6. So this is about cardinality of sets. Very small topic, but it is very, very important. After the cardinality of numbers of set, now we will go to the important topic in a set chapter, that is types of sets. Types of sets. This is very, very important. Okay, there are many types. We will discuss one by one. So the first type of set is null set or empty set, null set or empty set. It is represented by phi, or another way of representation of null is empty flower brackets. Between the two flower brackets, we cannot put anything. If we put anything, even if we put 0, it is not a null set. Just two empty flower brackets. Or this is phi, represents null set. So what is null set or empty set? A set which doesn't have any element. A set which doesn't have any element is called null set. Set does not have any element is called null set. So what are the examples of null set? Examples. Natural numbers less than 1. We know what are natural numbers, and we know there is no natural number less than 1. 1 is the least natural number. Second example. Prime numbers less than 2. Since 0 and 1 is neither a prime number nor a composite number, so I written here example is prime numbers less than 2. So there is no prime number less than 2. It is also null set. So there are this kind of sets are called as null set. Next. After null set, we will go to the singleton set, second type of set. Second type, singleton set. Here the name itself declares that is a set which has single element is called singleton set. Set which is having only single element, then it is called a singleton set. Set which is having single element is called singleton set. Now, what are the examples of this singleton set? First example, number of principal in a college. Any college, there is only one principal. Second example. Second example is number of chief ministers, CMs. Number of CM, chief minister in our state. Only one chief minister in our state, not in our state, in any state in India, there is only one chief minister. Third example, number of president in India. So there is only one president to a country, that is in our India, only one president. Like that we can write prime minister also, number of PM in our country, only one prime minister. So like that there are many examples about singleton set. Next, after singleton set, the third one is finite set. Finite set So finite means which can be countable, that is which is known. So the definition of finite set is a set which is having countable number of elements. Set which is having countable number of elements. Set which is having countable number of elements, then it is called as finite set. Example, best example, if A is a set, it has element 1, 2, 3, 4. See, easily I can count, it has only 4 elements. Another example, B, A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D, comma, E. See, it is also easily countable. It has 5 elements. Now, other examples is number of rivers in our country. It has finite rivers. We can give the names of this. Next is number of students in our college. Number of students in our college is also a finite. So this is about finite set. Examples are many. You can just to explain, I have given few examples. Next is infinite set. Infinite set. Infinite means uncountable. So the definition of infinite set is a set which is having uncountable number of elements. Set which is having uncountable number of elements, called infinite set. So examples. The examples are, first example, I'll take numerical one, 1, 2, 3, 4, dot dot dot. See, it keep on going. We don't know where it will end. So this is infinite set. Second, set of integers. Set of integers, because integers are infinite. Like that, set of whole numbers, integers, whole numbers, natural numbers. So those are infinite set. Another examples, number of stars on sky, number of hairs on our head, etc., etc. Okay. This is about infinite set. Next, fifth one is equivalent set. Equivalent set. So equivalent set says that two sets which are having equal number of elements. If A and B are two sets, then these two sets are said to be equivalent if and only if they have equal number of elements. That means n of A should be equals to n of B. That is, number of elements present in set A is equals with number of elements present in set B. That is called as equivalent set. Example, if A, B, C and B is E, F, H. See, set A has 3 elements, set B is also having 3 elements. This kind of sets are called as equivalent sets. Another example, 1, 2, 3. Then set B is not necessary that element should be same, but it has equal number of elements. It is not 100% not compulsory that elements also should be same. No. So you take 4, 5, 3. Any elements. It has 3 elements. This is also having 3 elements. So A and B are equivalent sets. So this is about equivalent sets. So I hope you people are understanding these types of